Yeah, hello together. Today had like a, let's say, pretty nice experience. I'm having one piece in the new song where I wanted to have a little bit like fuzz in there and like a little bit like, having something on top. So thought about like an arpeggio. So what I first did is I went to into the stock plugins because I thought like, yeah, I have the synths here and maybe, sometimes when it should be like very electronic or something, it can also be a good idea to sometimes go into the plugins, and use like stock plugins and, dial in some, arpeggio sounds or something. I did that before, it worked quite well there. But for me, all then sounded a little bit like, like, I don't know. So I wanted to have something else. And I wanted to like, play around with it because it's like a longer sequence. So the sound has to change and tweak and stuff. And yeah, in the end, I, used then again, took the time to take the Beatport and created a arpeggio. So it's a pretty simple arpeggio primarily, so very straightforward in the end. So it's kind of like, let me dial in a normal tone. It's like really simple. And it just repeats all the time. So it's only a one sequence arpeggio, nothing else, right? So very straight. But then the interesting thing is when it goes into the sequence, and you're using like the frequency modulation, all that stuff. So I think it's kind of like nice-ish, and in the sound it fits like pretty well in the end. So just give you a little bit of a sound example. So starting off again with the normal one. So there it gets a totally different tune already. So starting off again. Actually, when I go down the frequency or the filter, so that's when I use it at the end. So when there's a fade out, that the arpeggio stays in, but it gets really like softish and deep. Whereas in the middle of that sequence, I'm just raising it. And again, like starting from the normal. So starting just somewhere there, then going up. It's getting... So, and then going down again. But on the other hand, I also have dialed in a modulation, which I can also dial in. So I just show you again. Let's go to the middle position. Yeah, so kind of nice. It's like, really nice playing around when you have certain effects and stuff. So I kind of like the the sequencer for that. So it's really fun. Yeah. So that was primarily what I did today. So I think I'm pretty much almost finished with the song. So maybe let's take you over here, because it's kind of like different, and let's see if that works. Yeah, it works. It's kind of like different because actually this song is so it has pretty much like an electronic part where it starts off very spheric and stuff. So let's listen into it, right? So maybe there's a time. So this is a song that is really gonna be released like, I don't know, in really couple of months. So even if I start releasing, it's taken a long time until this comes out. But I think this is also a nice song because it's a little simpler from the actual lines that are being introduced in between. And so it's not that much, but the interesting part there is that I again used like the duophonic synthesizer method with the subsequent 25, where you can play two different tones and both tones play different oscillators. So I showed it in one of the last videos, but this is also like captured in here. Yeah, so it's getting a little bit calmer, but also like maybe we go to the sequence. I think where the exactly where the sequencer drops in. Wait a second. There you hear the sequencer. And then when it goes further to the end, you hear that like with the modulation. So only by using the filter and the modulation, I kind of like, fade the sequence out again. So which is I think kind of a nice flavor it gets, and then going into a calmer sequence again and then finishing up. Yeah. So I think that was maybe a little bit of an update from the studio today. So you see still work going on, and I wish you all a nice evening or nice day if you watch that tomorrow. But yeah, cheers. It's ice in there because it was so warm today.